Okay, so you went to the clinic. The clinic said these are kind of your two options. You guys came together and decided that the least invasive but most aggressive felt good for you. What was the actual IUI process like for you guys?
It overall was pretty simple. I didn't really know what to expect. They walked me through it very well, my doctor did. So we live about 5 hours from our fertility clinic.
I
So
forgot about that. Oh,
yes, so that added a little extra planning and really
yeah.
living by the calendar. But I mean, my first cycle, I did use Clomid for the cycle day 3 through 7. And then we did a trigger shot after my ultrasound on day 12. So, they did the ultrasound. Then my doctor looked at it, said, okay, we're going to wait 2 days. Well, actually, with my first cycle, I didn't even do the trigger shot because my eggs were not growing.
Hmm.
And they called and just said, it's not worth you spending the money because it's probably not going to happen. We'll try again next cycle.
Okay.
So then the second one, they started me on letrozole, which I had much better success with. Luckily, I didn't really have some of the side effects that a lot of women have on Clomid and letrozole. I didn't feel like I did.
Good.
And we did the same process with that. Overall, I was very nervous about the trigger shot just because I'd never given myself a shot before.
Mhm.
And the first time it was just like adrenaline because they called me at school. I was at work and they said, you need to go take your trigger shot in 30 minutes and then you need to be here tomorrow. And I said, okay, I will go home. And it just all happened. I did the trigger shot. We jumped in the car that night, drove the 5 hours, spent the night, did the IUI and came home.
Yeah.
And so that also wasn't successful. Then they kept me with the letrozole and then they eventually added Follistim injections, which actually was successful with that. So I responded really well to that and I'd figured out the injections by then. So it seemed like it was a piece of cake. My husband, on the other hand, he said, I can't give you the shot. You have to do that to yourself. And finally by it was like my fourth one with the injections, I said, you need to come be a part of this. Like, I'm not expecting you to like give me the shot, but you are just as involved in this as I am. And we both need to be there when we do it. And he was on board with that.
Oh, that's good.
So overall, I mean, the process, it was pretty simple. They laid it out for me very well with my, the letrozole, the injections. They gave me lots of different resources on how to give yourself injections. They were pretty good about, calling after the ultrasounds to give me results pretty quickly. And not everyone was as fast paced as the first one. Yeah. Sometimes it would be, okay, in 2 days you need to be here. So it was overall, I thought it was an easy process.
Yeah. And that's good that they were at least not after the first one, a little bit more inept to give you like some time to plan, given that you
Yes.
live so far away. I
Yes.
totally forgot that. I knew that and I forgot when you said that. I was like, oh my gosh, it just adds such another layer of complication to needing to be somewhere.
Mhm.
And I know from working with clients here, sometimes you'll go to the clinic and they're like, oh, come back. You're not quite ready. Come back tomorrow. And like, they can't really do that with you guys, right? So there's like that other layer of complexity there too.